Hi everybody, you are very, very welcome to our first podcast. Anything could happen. And we are here with the team of McElhinneys doing our very first podcast behind the brand. So we are going to start off nice and gentle and talk about stuff that we really do know an awful lot about. Right now in McElhinneys, we are knee-deep in wedding season. It is all happening. We have mother, the brides and grooms travelling from all over the country and further afield. So we thought it is very relevant to start our first podcast talking about weddings. Because weddings are something that is so important to all of us. And I think that the best thing to do is to talk to some brides and grooms and let's have a wee chat. So listen, I think our most famous wedding in McElhinneys has to be the one and only. He had his own airtime. Is our David, aka known as Divvy, our Divvy. David,
Yes,
what have we got ourselves into?
I don't know. I blame you.
We haven't got a breeze what we're doing, but David, I suppose for me too, having you here, it just makes it a wee bit more relaxed, and it's just me and you. We're really close friends, and you know, for the first podcast, we just want to talk about all things weddings, and I think for as one of the biggest things of last year was our Davy got married.
I know.
Imagine.
It was a fabulous year for me. I really enjoyed every moment of it.
Yes.
From, as you say, this time last year, the whole build-up.
We were flat out at the gym,
Flat out
mister.
at the gym, obviously.
He has not been to the gym since.
I know.
But you're beautiful
But
anyway.
there you were. You were my Mr. Motivator every morning in Lifford at the railway gym from 6:30. We were out there.
No, we were there 5:45.
Quarter to
Yep.
6. Oh my goodness! Oh, I have to do something else. I feel lazy. No, so it was 5:45. Yeah, and do you know what?
David,
I felt
you were on it.
I know, and I felt great. Maybe it was because I was getting married and I wanted to look my very
I
best.
think it's always the thing, isn't it, when you're getting married?
And I had chosen my suits at this stage, so I knew that obviously there was weight to be lost. So no, Sandra, as I say, and you were such a part of that as well. You really did help motivate me, and as you say, you did get me up at 10 to 6 in the morning. And but I felt much better. And I remember even last Lent, obviously at the gym, but I had a really good Lent. It's the first time ever that I went off alcohol for 6 weeks. I was very disciplined in sugar and all of that. I went off all that sweet stuff. I had a great Lent, and I did feel much better for it.
Just on about Lent, have you gone off anything this year?
Well, I have gone off all sugary and sweet stuff. So I haven't managed. Well, I have a glass of wine at the weekend, but I haven't managed this year. So.
Well, the funny thing is, do you know, is this, so I don't go off anything for Lent.
Well,
I go on things, but I never, I think the year, we're so hard on ourselves. We're always trying to.
I know. And
so, do you know what?
I was sort of sitting on the fence, and I went to Mass on Wednesday evening in Strabane.
You did.
And our beautiful Father Boland was there, and he preached a most beautiful, he had a lovely Mass, lovely service. And he started off by saying that Lent wasn't about, torturing yourself, picking off sweet stuff, starving yourself for food. He said that's what Lent's about. God doesn't want that. He said, just try being a better person.
He's lovely.
Try and
Father
improve
Boland
try be a nicer person, a better person, try and improve your lifestyle. That's what he said Lent's all about. And you know what, listening to him, I thought, yeah.
But isn't that lovely to hear that? Because I think, it is about, we're very hard on us. Life is hard, let's be honest, isn't it? So, to put more pressure on ourselves on top of that, but I think the best thing is to do something.
Yes.
Like he said, let's be a kinder person. Let's reach out to someone. Yeah. And I think that's and I think the younger generation are probably teaching us that. So anyway, talk back to the wedding. Talk to us about that.
As I said, I had, I loved the whole build-up, the whole planning, and I have to say, Sean and I both agreed that there was no part of it that was stressful.
You were so calm.
I was, but for those who know me, and at times I'm not the calmest of people. I can get very sort of, I can get very sort of what's the word, like stress,
See, I
things
think
like that.
people would be surprised to hear that about
You
you.
know, no, especially it was, and it is the biggest day of anyone's life, getting married. But Sean and I had put a lot of thought and work into the prep of the wedding, and it all just seemed to materialise. It was the most. There was no stress. Not even the days leading leading into the wedding. There was no stress. No. So anybody getting married out there, I'd say enjoy it. Do not get stressed. I think if you put the planning into it, there should be no stress involved. It is, and you know what? Looking back, it goes in so quickly, and as I say, those 6 months leading into the wedding, it was just they were the quickest months of my life.
I think this is where I think this is a great bit of advice. I think we see lots of families coming in here, and I think weddings should be like Christmas. Christmas Day. Christmas is not just Christmas Day, it's the lead up. And I always say to everybody, you know, with your wedding, it's the minute you start getting engaged, the journey. So those dates like come in here, going to book your flyers, or going, to pick your perfume or whatever, that's all part of the journey. So don't add levels of stress.
No, there's no need. There's absolutely no need. Totally agree.
Everybody feeds off that too. You know, when you see, like, one of the biggest things from your wedding, David, and I think this is the one thing, I mean, everything was perfection, as you can imagine, but was how happy you and Sean were.
Yeah.
And I think that's what weddings, it's about how happy the couple are that are getting married.
And we were, and as I say, that's the thing. That day of our wedding, we were very blessed with the weather, obviously.
Oh,
it was godsend. The weather was
belter.
just stunning. And everyone was in good form. Everybody was arriving, and everybody was beaming, and
sunglasses on.
And it was just a lovely vibe. But any of my guests that I spoke to who were at the wedding said the love, that feeling of love inside our little, our room where we got married. They says they'd never experienced anything like it because
it was palpable. It really was.
And that's what your wedding day is all about. It's being with people that you love, your family and your friends, and I think if you have that, everything else, all the materialistics. Okay, you want it to be right and you want it to be perfect, but if you don't have that sort of love and happiness, it's It was such a strong feeling in that room. That room was so special, wasn't it? Yeah, well, for us, and as I say, speaking to the guests, everyone said, leaving the church, wow, it was just that,
Now, let's talk. We cannot talk to you and wedding and not talk about the speech.
Oh, Sandra.
Oh, God.
You have to speak about it.
Was not well.
I know. I get overly excited about my speech, I have to say. And you did read it and you okayed
Well, I even numbered your pages for you, and I was going, David, it's numbered now. Don't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's the one thing that probably nearly caused a divorce for Sean and I, because he just couldn't believe that I took this mic and I owned the mic and I wouldn't give it back. I was like, and I was like carried away in this sort of, I just don't know what happened, and that's, to be honest, I can't explain it because, I had a little to drink and I just...
We thought you found the sherry bottle.
No, but you probably, yes, looking back, you definitely did think I found the sherry bottle, but I just...
I was like, get the mic off him.
No.
And you know what the funny thing about it was? It was a beautiful speech. You wrote the most gorgeous speech about Sean and his family and your family. And I was reading it and I was in tears, like, and you spoke about everybody but Sean.
I know, I forgot about being inaccurate. So I
talk about Sean.
Sandra, you had to send my nephew.
Your nephew passed me and I was like, Jesus, grab him quickly. And I don't think he knew who I was, right? I was like, who's your one? And I was like, go back and say to David, he has not mentioned Sean. Get quickly. And he was going, I'll go back and tell David. Meanwhile, David was running around swinging this mic, loving life. And I think Sean tried to get the mic of you about 4 times.
And I'm the one person at a wedding goes, keep speeches short, just to the point, and there I was. And I did think, as you say, I had wrote the speech, you had bedded it and knew
well, it was beautiful.
And then I just went totally off. And then the more I did, every time I looked down, I kind of lost where I was. I lost my way. So I was ab-libbing all the time, and then I think there was a nervous thing that took over. But yes, sorry. I do apologise about my speech. It definitely was. It was a bit of a blip on the day, however.
Well, do you know what? It made it even funnier because anybody who knew David knew that, right, this is perfection from beginning to, to where we are now. The food and everything was perfection. And we give our Davy the mic. Oh, I tell you, it was, the tears were rolling down my face. And even, Jesus, going to be, was David, is David's doesn't mention show. And I was like, I'm going to kill him. He's forgot the most important part.
And that stage I went on so long when then Sean, I said, oh, sorry, hold on, I have to speak.
Sean was trying to
and at that stage he was like,
just
pulling me down, going, sit down. He didn't want to hear anymore, but anyhow.
Yeah, but it was so funny.
As I say, I got everything that I had to say and more that day for my speech. But
you did. It was so special. And let's talk about you cutting the trend with your suits.
Yes. I have to thank McElhinneys and thank Emma, who's our wedding coordinator at McElhinneys. When we chose the venue, it was in Drumhalla House in Rathmullen in Donegal. Beautiful, beautiful venue, and it's an old country house, and I just knew from that moment what I wanted to wear. Sean and I. Sean kind of left that up to me because he was going, well, you're in the business, you know best. So I wanted to go for the morning tail, which I know it's a very traditional look. Like I remember tails, which is the evening tail. This is the morning tail.
I think David Beckham wore it, didn't he?
He did.
Was it Meghan Markle's wedding or something?
He did. He did indeed. But even before that, I kind of and David has wore that in his own son's wedding as well.
Yes.
He would wear that quite often. So yes, I knew exactly what I wanted. It was sourcing it, and in fairness to you, Sandra, as well, you says, well, we'll get it made. If that's what you want, we'll get it made. But then Emma was very, very. She was great, and she actually sussed it out. Then she sourced it. Sourced it, and I was delighted. And I feel it's going to be something that's going to really now on trend. There's been people inquiring about this for this season, for the summer.
Weddings is hard, David, isn't it? The business of weddings is hard.
Yeah.
Because, years ago, you used to look in a magazine and you want to get married. I feel sorry for anybody getting married now.
There's a lot of pressure now, I think.
So much unnecessary pressure. I mean, we're just talking here from Mother of the Bride, Mother of the Groom, and grooms and guests. Obviously, we've moved away from bridal, but suppose from my point of view here in the store, so you've got the bride and the groom.
Yeah.
And then they're obviously the key, the most important part of that day. And then it nearly does next the mummies are the person stepping in as mummies, mummies of the groom, mummy of the bride next, right? So you can sometimes feel the pressure where, and it's very split. Yeah. It's such a split decision because, like, from media and videos and that, you see different things. People's like, for example, one of the biggest trends this year is cream white for Mother of the Bride or Mother of the Groom, but mostly Mother of the Bride. And there's some people's like, absolutely, you cannot wear white at a wedding.
That just be a no-no. Yeah.
It's like, who says? As long as the bride and groom are happy.
Absolutely.
It's
their day. Yeah.
It's their day.
Yeah. See, I think a lot of people can be influenced by other people, and especially now social media and all of that, especially the younger generation. Yeah. Obviously, I was a more mature groom. Yeah. Or
Davy was beautiful.
So I had probably a more traditional take on it.
Yeah.
It's very much now trend-led.
Totally.
Weddings.
Totally. And that's why we've moved away from bridal too, because, people nowadays, some brides have 2 or 3 dresses.
Yeah.
A lot of them have 2 or 3, and then
Yes.
they've dressed the next day, and da da da. And it's so diverse. It's all so you could never get that right. I think, there's independent bridal businesses out there where that's their dedicated life work is doing that. So it is a full-time job, whereas our business over here on this, our main business, our core business is so big, we don't have the time for that.
Yes.
It's so busy, we're so busy. So I think the mother of the bride and mother of the groom is obviously, and the groom and the guest it's easier in terms of, we deal with them main designers.
Yes.
They kind of all the homework done nearly for you. And then we pick what we think's right. But it is. So another thing I always think is sometimes it's got better in recent years, but sometimes they become on with like an entourage.
Yeah.
And I understand it's part of the journey that we just talked about. But I think when you're actually coming to the selection part, it's funny, on Saturday on here, there was so many brides, or mother of the brides and mother of the groom, with just one person.
Yeah.
And every single one of them bought because they just had the daughter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all that mattered.
And that's all that matters. In our dress hire, in our men's dress hire department in McElhinneys, Emma, who's our wedding coordinator, that's a rule with her.
Yeah.
She only allows what she calls the viewing. So she only allows the couple come for the viewing on their own.
Yeah, far better.
Because she has experienced so many situations in the past where the bride or the couple would arrived, whether it's the bride and groom or whoever, and they had an entourage of parents, and maybe some of them would have brought like the bridesmaids, and they all had a different opinion.
Of course.
And it caused a lot of stress to the bride and the groom because, no, I wouldn't wear that, I don't like that. So Emma now has a rule that she only allows the couple for their first viewing. They decide, and then after that she brings them in then for fitting, obviously. But
the choice has been made.
The choice has been made, so all they have to come in is get fitted. And I think that's a really, really good idea.
It is very good. And I do think, that message is kind of getting out there because we can see it a lot more here.
Yeah.
There's lots of lovely things you can do with the party and with your aunties and all that. But I don't think that, because David, you see people coming out of them changing rooms and they're in tears. They're totally overwhelmed. They're in tears, and maybe the one they like, then maybe their sister's like, oh God, no, I don't like that. And you just need that one, isn't it?
Comment, yeah, that's
where you're like, no, it just. Whereas when no matter who turns up at the wedding of that day, when you see everybody, it's beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But it shouldn't be stressful. It should not be stressful, and no one should be in tears.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a happy occasion. Like if it's tears, it should be happy tears, not tears of, sadness or stress or whatever.
Yeah.
So, we find it still now that in the men's, it's still. Like, I know guys have changed, and not young guys as well. They're very much on trend, but we find tux is still that nice classic look, still very much at the forefront in men's.
Back,
now grooms are like they're all buying, but it's very much which compliments them.
And men have more of an opinion now, which is nice too, because I tell you, when I got married, I don't think I was half married, because I was married 26 years ago, and I don't remember. I don't remember the actual. I remember finding the dress was important, but it being perfect. I remember coming. I live in England, and I ordered my dress into McElhinneys because I wanted my wedding dress from here. Like, you're talking 28 years ago, 27 years ago. So in them days, like, we obviously had bridal, and then we went back. I remember you went in, you picked a ticket. Like, there was no bridal shops really in them days. And you had picked a ticket and you called out. It was like going to get your meat, the butchers. They called you for your meat, We called for you. I remember going in, and me and Mummy and my dress had arrived, and the light or the dress, the outside of the dress was sewn inside out. I remember having a 2-piece. And I remember thinking, it's grand.
There was no. I know.
And I remember it being too tight on me in the waist, and the one was like, I'll let it out. And she's like, I was like, grand. I don't remember stress. Me and Mum then went over to Jackson's after. Like that was my. I don't remember really being stressed out about anything.
No, rightly so. Like, I think there is a lot of pressure now in young brides who are they're influenced as well. Obviously, all these influencers. Yeah. I'm not, but yeah.
But I think it's what people's putting out there. You know that you have to have all of that. You don't. No. As you've said it there, David. All that matters is about the two people get married. If they're happy, you could have the most beautiful wedding with every single and the most beautiful castle.
Yeah.
But if the two people get married don't look happy, you might as well get married in a field.
Absolutely. You know, I have been to weddings and I've seen that. You know, where the bride and the groom, you just know that they're not enjoying it. Stressed.
And debt.
And debt.
Putting themselves into debt and danger, and then they're facing this in their bridal and their married life.
Yeah, it's not a good way to start off married life, is it?
No.
You know?
No.
But, no, as I say, looking back, I've just all great memories. The only thing I would change is you say I would have a good fast
I don't think you should change it.
I would change the speech. But everything else I loved, I wouldn't change a thing. And it was, as I say, there was no stress. And I was very blessed too, obviously, working in McElhinneys. Like, it did take a lot of pressure off.
You were lucky.
I was. And especially for yourself too.
What do you want?
You were very good. There was nothing that you got anything that I wanted. And as I say, Emma, who is the wedding coordinator, was excellent. And, you know, even then the smaller things, going down to jewellery and picking the pocket watches and getting them engraved, and
your scent.
The scent, the gifting. It was so. I done all that. I organised all that, and but as I say, I loved it, and it was, you know, in fairness to McElhinneys, they made it very easy for me in that point.
And David, also, let's remind ourselves, you were on the telly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, tell us about that.
You were a celeb. You were a
celebrity groom.
So obviously, my wedding was a same-sex wedding, same-sex marriage. So TJ Cahir approached us just the way it started last year.
Yeah.
Would be interested. They would like to follow our journey.
Yeah.
Because it was 10 years last year that same-sex marriage was legalised in Ireland. So referendum was signed, and so they wanted. There was 3 couples, and they wanted to follow each and every one's journey. The first couple were they were the first couple to be married after the referendum was signed, and then there was another couple who had, you know, they had children, and then there's Sean and I who just were starting that journey. 10 years down the line. So, and the change in those 10 years in same-sex marriage and all, and how it came, you know, it had moved on in Ireland, obviously. So it was, you know, at the start I was probably a bit apprehensive, and Sean was going, let's do this, you know. People 10 years ago put their neck on the line, so let's us do something. Okay. So we did, and I say it was TJ Cahir, as I say, they followed our journey. From going to pick the suits to they were in McElhinneys to our hotel or wedding venue to the day of the wedding, you know, and they obviously, I'm sure anybody had watched the program, I was delighted with the outcome of it, because you were, again, as I say, I was nervous just to see how it was being portrayed and how it was going to be seen, but no, fantastic reaction, an amazing reaction, and I think they captured all the moments, all the highlights as well. And it was.
So that was a really special thing to have.
It was, and as you say, it is, looking back now, it is a special thing to have, you know, all the footage, and because they give us all of that, and we were delighted.
It's lovely. You'll look back at that, David, time, and you'll be,
I know,
be precious.
Thinking in the next 10 years how it'll move forward. Like, so.
And it's such an empowering message too for couples out there, same-sex couples that do want to get married, that, you know what, this is normal now.
This is normal.
This is all about love at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
And, you know, as I say, the reaction and the response from the programme, I've met so many people in McElhinneys who have come up and shook my hand and says, that was a beautiful programme, really lovely to watch. I think it just showed, you know, as I say, it is normal, and there was a message which I think they put out there, and even grown, like big men come up and say, yes, really watched your programme, it was lovely, really well done, you know, well done.
So before we move on to our next guest, what advice would you give to our next guest who is getting married this year?
Yes, absolutely.
Outside of the things maybe that we've talked about.
Well, obviously to enjoy it, to really enjoy every moment of it, because as a cliche, people say it's the day itself it's the fastest day of your life, and it is. It is. I was up that morning at 6 o'clock, and we had all our family photographs and all taken before we did get married. So after we were married, we had time to spend with our friends and our guests,
a great idea.
Which to me was a great idea, because I thought if we hadn't done that, if we had went 2 more, had spent 2 hours taking photographs, the day was, because even at that, I remember our wedding coordinator saying, "Guys, it's time now to go up for dinner." You were called, and I looked at my watch. It was 4:45, and I went, that day, what day is almost
fastest day of your life.
It is the fastest day of your life, so you have to enjoy it. So is to enjoy, as I say, and certainly enjoy the whole build up, because it's all chapters right into your leading into your wedding, and it's they all should be very happy and positive, and you have to enjoy them, and not to get stressed.
No. Not
to get stressed, and do it your way.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the small stuff, because that's exactly right. And the day itself, just enjoy every second of it. I talked to, before I got married, I was talking to this gentleman in the store one day, and he goes, "David, enjoy every minute of your wedding day." He said, "Because it's the quickest day of your life." And I says, "Oh, I know, I've been told that." And he goes, "Do you see the morning of my wedding?" He says, I was up really early. He says, even that morning, I talked slower because I wanted to. I was so conscious that it was going to be a quick day. So he says, I even talked slower, I walked slower. He said, so the day, I could get the most out of the day. And he says that, I always remember his words. And I laughed because I thought, it's a day to celebrate and a day to enjoy. And as I say, the whole build up to it is a day to.
Someone told me a long time ago, on your wedding day, is grab your partner, and just stand back. Just take a moment and stand back out of the back of the room. Just take a second and just take a mental picture.
Yeah.
Because it just literally, and you're like, I wish, like it all happened before I even took a moment. And I remember doing that.
Yeah.
And one of my strongest memories of that day, of doing that, was watching my granny and granda dance.
Oh.
I would have missed that. And now when I look back at that, when I took that moment and I seen them back, my granda was an amazing dancer. My granny was crippled with pains. And remember seeing that, and that was such a poignant moment to me.
Oh.
So that would be
now
my
I'm
advice.
sure it's even a nicer memory.
Oh, David, I wouldn't have seen it.
Beautiful memory, yeah.
And
funny, as you say, John and I did that at times. We did take a wee moment, and and I'm glad we did that. But even now, looking back at our wedding video, it's just there's so many wee moments like that you sort of.
wee magic moments.
Magic moments.
Glamour moments, as I call them, David.
Yeah, absolutely, Sandra. But your
well,
wedding.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey. We're going to move on now to our next guest who's getting married.
I know, she's at all.
Are you jealous?
No, I'm not jealous.
It's nice to get out the other side.
It's nice, and it's. I just wish. Can I name?
You can.
I want to wish
our
Michelle.
next guest.
Yeah. She is such a lovely person, and she will make a beautiful wife and a beautiful bride. So.
She will indeed.
So
leading nicely on now to our next guest, which is our fabulous, well-known, you'll all know her as my personal assistant, McElhinneys. You see her all the time. She's the organiser behind My Chaos, and that is Michelle Ferry. So, David, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
So, now our next guest, you had a lovely introduction by our David.
Oh.
Yeah. He said lovely things. David.
Yes.
He's so beautiful.
Gentleman.
So, just in case anybody didn't pick that up, our next guest is our stunning bride-to-be. my Michelle, she's not really mine, she's everybody's, but Michelle is my PA here, McElhinneys. She's here all the time, and I said, you're the organizer, you're the cam behind My Chaos.
Yes,
You actually brought this help with the guys bring this podcast to life.
Well,
didn't you? So
a little bit, yeah.
Many months out are we, Michelle, now?
Nearly 6.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Good. I'm getting excited now.
Yeah.
everything's starting to all come together. So we're getting married in September. Because I'm marrying a farmer, so that's a good time of year.
Is that a good time for?
Yeah, partly.
So why is that?
He doesn't have like any cows calving and that kind of stuff.
sheep.
Oh no, we're not a sheep farm.
Oh, you aren't.
No.
That's my ignorance in the farming world.
Yeah. So 6 months out nearly now. So and like February is such a short month. So
oh my God.
Literally, and everybody said that was true once you got to Christmas that it was just going to fly. I'm just like, I'm glad I had like all kind of the big stuff organised. So it's just kind of the smaller things.
Well, Michelle,
do now.
Well, if you were not organised, I would be very worried about future brides because you are misorganised in every level.
But I think everyone's expecting something like. Our wedding's very simple. Like I organise like a lot of the events and everything here, and I think people are like, oh, there's going to be so much in this and that, but no, it's a very plain, simple. Just that's the way I wanted it to be. I wanted just everyone to come. Like even our wedding list has. I originally wanted a small enough wedding. And we're not having a small wedding because it's just like just invite everybody.
Michelle, it's well hard. Like where do you stop?
Hard.
And then. You don't want to offend. It's actually a very valid point to bring up. It can cause rows, can't it?
I have about 25 people alone from here. Sure, coming.
I know.
Do you know, whenever you sit down, my mummy has 12 brothers and sisters. So my family alone, there's like 103 of us.
Oh my God.
Do you know?
Just the family?
Just like the two, my dad's family, my mum's family, like, and my cousins.
So before you put in friends or... that's an issue.
It is, but and it can hold it, so we're just like,
that's a special place, isn't it?
Just you always read those things now. I don't know if you ever read it. It's only 2 times in your life you're going to have everybody in the room that you love, and one of them will be your wedding day, another day will be your funeral. So
oh my God,
I've seen that so many times on like TikTok and stuff. Whatever. Do you know? Whatever.
I love that. Now there's
always come back to you, and and it just everybody you want there.
And I think we talked at their length about it with David, like, it's so, people don't remember the small, they remember how the bride and the groom, or the groom and the groom and the bride looked on the day, and it's about, like, since David's wedding that's all we talked about, how happy they looked, and I've heard you say that about your own cousins that got married recently, and you're like, they were just so happy, and I think that's the important thing, isn't it, Michelle?
Yeah, because you're so, like, there's so much now with social media and stuff. Like, there's so much being thrown at you for weddings, and you're like, should I have this? Should I have meal entertainment? Should I have, photo booths? Should I, and it's like, if you had everything, it would be a bit of a circus. So you really have to kind of sit down and decide, right, this is what I really want, or I had been at a wedding and this is what I seen that I really enjoyed and stuff. But then I think the crux of it is, like, good music, lovely meal, and plenty of food and plenty of drink, and just crack and like
good, as you say, get them everybody up dancing. Because that's an Irish wedding, isn't it? Fill the bellies, plenty drink, and plenty dancing. And Keol, like that's the magic moments, is all those wee gatherings within the wedding that there'll be some going on over in that corner and there having the crack, and strangers become friends in the toilets and sharing lipstick, and where did you get your dress and all that.
Should have a little dress for McElhinneys.
Well, they will. Hopefully, I'd say that's when most of them will.
Most of them will be, and then we're having our day 2 as well, like in the same venue. So I wanted it to be very much that we went somewhere that wasn't too far away. We're getting married in Ballyliffin Lodge and Spa, which is it's about an hour away. So it's far enough away that a lot of people will stay for the weekend, but then the journey home on Monday isn't going to be too long for anybody. So that was like the big thing that I really wanted.
And we've worked with them so much in the past, and I think they're so renowned. They're lovely people, aren't they?
And I've never been to a wedding there, but when we went there, I just loved it. I loved like the location and just their wedding coordinator, Danielle, is just amazing. And just their whole package, and then they've also got a whole refurb recently, so I'm so excited to see that. I haven't been down. We're actually going this weekend.
Are you?
Yeah, we're going to go and stay this weekend and just have like a wee night away and just see what it's like.
That'll be lovely.
Yeah,
because you're not going to get that in your wedding day, because you're not.
You're going to be. Yeah, you're going to be like.
That's actually really nice.
So busy, so we're going to do that, and I suppose too. When you're organising a wedding, there's a lot, and one thing I would say is like your vendors and stuff, like everybody that I have kind of booked from, say, my photographer to like content creator, all that, it's all people I've either like worked with or known for years. Because I was actually thinking about this. I was like doing my little Excel sheet last week.
Of course you had an Excel sheet. How does that not surprise me?
Every bride needs an Excel sheet. I know anybody organises a wedding doesn't have an Excel sheet of some sort.
What do you have on it, like as like a tick off list?
Yeah,
or
like you have
budgets
like,
or
your budgets and like
that doesn't surprise
like
me.
we've done our marriage license last week. Like there's so many little things that you have to just like a tick off list that you just have to remember to do, like at certain times, like your wedding, like your marriage certificate, you can't do it within 3 months of getting married, and it's actually really hard to get an appointment at the minute because there's so many people getting married, and it only takes like a half an hour, but like it's actually quite difficult to get an appointment for it. And
that's for your marriage license.
Yeah, for your marriage license that you bring, and like part of this is like the most important thing on the day.
The
green folder, this is what it's called. It's called the green folder.
I heard you talking
it's like
about
the most, if you like don't do this right in your wedding, like you're not even properly married.
Really?
Yeah, you have to like bring it back to the register after your wedding, and it's all wee things like this that you don't until you're like kind of sitting in the thick of organising, that you have to bring it back, and they post it, and then it gets posted back out to you and things like that.
My advice is keep your marriage certificate safe, because I was see that stuff. Well, I know you're going to obviously have yours. Yours will be colour coded. But see things like marriage certificate and that, you know, you obviously as a woman, because we've changed your name, you need it so much. Do you know? And I think that's something that we forget about, those things. I don't know how you can order them, but it's the inconvenience of it. So it's like make a couple of copies. It's the original copy they always want, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the original. Because even we went last week, we couldn't find our birth. Neither of us could find our birth certs anywhere. So, but like so handy, they do it down there for you. So we only need a copy. So it was pretty simple to get done. But
that's things that we really don't think about.
It's all those wee admin things.
Yeah.
And then so like your Excel sheet is. That's one thing.
And tell us about Lee. Would he be Excel sheet? Would he be probably more like me?
No, we were chatting about this actually the night now.
For Lee,
we are going to
be gentle on him.
Biggest surprise the day of the wedding, because he hasn't a notion of what's going on.
Of course they don't.
Not a thing.
I said this, I think I said it to you too, when I was getting married. I felt we were the most far apart when we got married, the lead up. I really wanted to kill him because it was so much on me, on the bride. They just rock up.
Yeah, he literally has a couple of religious things to do that I have like literally been like, right, can we please get that done now? And he's like, yeah. Like it's just 2 phone calls all I used to make. And sure, do you think is it done, or is it like the plan to do it? And I can't do it for him, so I'm like, this is something you actually have to go and do yourself.
And then there's some grooms that nearly pick the everything.
Oh, he's just like, well, what am I wearing? I was like, don't worry, I have that sorted. Do you know, he is literally, he's just like, I'll just rock up and, you know.
I think it's love. I think it's nice, but I think just the opposite of that. You wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't, because I like being. I'm a control freak. Like I am. I will fully admit that.
Did you? We must remember you saying that. Now you're on the podcast.
No, I fully admit that I am a control freak. Like anything at all, if I'm kind of half in it to organise, I'll just take it over, because I have to just be like, right, is this done? Mm-hmm. And I'm just such a like, just get it done now kind of.
That's why you're so good at your job.
That I probably do like annoy people sometimes too, that I'm like, even organising like for like my family or anything like that, like I always end up taking over the organising. I don't know how I haven't with my hen party at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know anything about my hen party, and I haven't thought that much about it yet, but I'm kind of like, oh God, I actually
you just need to turn up.
Aye.
And you know what, whatever, just throw it out to the wind. Whatever happens, you're just going to love it, because all your favourite people will be there.
I was just like, I just want a weekend away.
That's
I don't really care what I do or where we go. It's like we could go to Bundoran.
And you don't even have to think about anything, Michelle.
No.
You just rock up.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm just like, like that never happens in my life.
Do you know nothing about your hen party?
Not a thing. Just the date when it is.
That'll be soon.
It's the August bank holiday. Yeah. So.
And Michelle, see the whole thing now with spray tans and all that. Is it still as big? You know, is that, you know, the way, like when we had Bride, I remember it's like spray tans was at its highest.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't, I suppose, self tans weren't as advanced. Like now with Bellamy Anthem, we have we can do our tans very well ourselves. But is that still, or is that a thing?
I think for the wedding, I know for like myself, I will definitely get a spray tan, and like I was maid of honor for my cousin 2 years ago, and we got spray tans. But she had gone for her hen party and got one just to make sure that
it was right.
That was right. Because like we're like, other than that, that's probably I'd say the second time in my life I've got a spray tan.
I remember throughout that time, a lot of the brides spray tans, and then the poor wee pasty groom. So you also have to remind, they don't wear makeup or anything, and if you're coming like you're 3 weeks in the sun, and then because I think you need to be very careful. One of the funny things that I always remember, Linda from Bellamianta, as you know, me and her go way back, and I was at Linda's wedding, and Bellamianta, the brand, was born out of her getting a bad spray tan for her wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that was...
Didn't that work for her?
It worked out very, very well
but
for her.
She got a bad spray tan for her wedding, and she turned out kind of green. And it was that was what sort of turned her into getting...
Yeah.
And now she's girl bossing Bellamianta all over the world.
I think you kind of need to go kind of somewhere... That does them all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
You definitely do, and kind of somebody that you trust, I suppose. Like anybody that I've booked for the wedding, I've been literally going to for like years and years and years, for like my hair, my makeup and stuff like that. So it does, because it's like it's it's the one day in your life where you want to look amazing, and like you want everything to be perfect on the day. And like there'll obviously be little things that'll go wrong, but only you will notice, like the people you're like guests and stuff won't notice, like things
that's
that
right.
are a certain flare not sitting right or something, but I think in terms of like all like your people that you use, it's really important for you to like book early and like book the right people, people that you're going to enjoy spending your day with, because like in the morning, like like in the morning you're spending a big chunk of your morning like with your hairdresser, your makeup artist, your videographer, your photographer, so you need to make sure that it's all people that...
Michelle, you mentioned someone that's very new to the wedding is content creator.
Yes.
And I know who your content creator is. I mean, you're going to have the best crack with him.
Yes, I can't wait for him to be there. He used to work here for us for years.
Michael
Duffy. He's 1,000-word content on Instagram. That's like the way he goes by, and he's just... Like, I think his was born from someone asking him to do content at their wedding.
He's just very good at it, and then he got a business.
Yeah.
I remember. Did I ever tell you about the day he was in trouble? He was always,
I think
Michael was always in trouble.
Called you Sandy.
And he called me Sandy D, and he always like Kris Jenner. And he's the only person that I couldn't. I don't give it up, but. He was always doing, you were just like, Michael, But anyway, one day I decided I had to be he did something very, very bad, and I had to get him up to my office. I went into my office. He was waiting on me, right? And that pose of Victoria Beckham, where she's got her leg way up behind her head. I walked into my office. This is when the office was over the road, over on the other building. And I walked in, and I was trying to get myself, because I was like, wait for me in my office. It's like giving out to you, or it's like scolding your child not to laugh. And I went in. He was sitting in my chair with his leg, and he goes, well, Sandy, what have you got for me? I swear to God, I was like, I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Oh, he's
how do you scold that?
I know.
He couldn't. He's born to break the rules.
He is.
He's in the right job
away
now.
With it. Like he just totally.
He's a scream.
He is such a.
He's a wonderful.
I'll
person.
never forget. Like me and him worked here, kind of at the same. We started here at the same time. He was still in school, and I just started. I remember him wearing boat shoes. Remember he
was so stylish,
and he was so far ahead of the trend, and like the no socks. Everyone, I remember everyone taking the absolute hand out of him.
I know.
Because he was wearing the boat shoes, and he had the chinos, and they were rolled up. And he used to come in on a Saturday, and like the best of everything.
Everything was designer. Everything was top-notch designer.
The boy said to him about these shoes, and sure, then they were the height of fashion.
He had the best of everything. So he is doing your content creation.
Yes.
And then you've got Karina. Karina worked with us for years.
And she worked over in.
So they're lovely wee additions that make life, because that's what it's what he'll do. Doesn't he capture all the
Yeah, the kind of behind the scenes stuff.
And that's
yeah.
that's what you
and like
want.
he sends to you like the next day, and
You don't want
like,
to see an
like
outstage
Clive
photo.
is my photographer,
Yeah.
or in-house photographer here as well, and he's gonna be like just so calm. He's gonna be that element of calm. I think
Calm and
on the
chaos.
day. Yeah. And then you're gonna have like Michael and Karina. Like, well, Karina's the utmost professional.
Oh,
and
she's
just
Karina reminds me so much of you.
Yeah.
You two
always
are
say
very
that.
similar.
Yeah.
I worked with Karina and Bridal for years, and she is just like you. She's so super organised.
We're
And I
just
think
both type A people.
these are type A's,
Yeah.
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 And then she's just, even just everything, her personality and everything. So that's going to be lovely.
Yeah.
That's going to be so nice. And what about your wee mama?
I know, my wee
We
mama.
don't.
Oh,
We're so
I
excited.
know.
See, again, I was just chatting about that with David, the importance of the roles of the parents in this. And, you know, we Marcus, obviously, our very first employee in McElhinneys.
Mm-hmm.
So to find her, and we've warned her, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've warned her, Margaret. Margaret have the whole country showing her dress. The
It's
whole
like,
world.
it's in my house now. And
Lock it away.
It's under lock and key. She's not allowed to show it. You know, the day she said, she's like, well, try it on here for me. I was like, no.
I was down the floor on Saturday and she goes to me, Did you hear? Did you hear? And I was like, what, Margaret? And she goes, did you hear? Got my dress. I says, Margaret, we're not allowed to talk about it. She's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah, she is. She is. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. to
And
see
what
her.
about the boys?
The boys? Oh, my doggies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We still haven't decided with them because my doggies have a little bit of social anxiety. Anybody knows
They're
my two
bloody
doggies,
rude.
Hugo and Henry. They're not great around people. So in my head, I would like to have them after the chapel there for maybe in a little like
Wee
bowl,
tuxedo.
tux, yeah. Hugo, I think will be fine. Henry, not an ocean.
He's first child syndrome,
He was a
hasn't
COVID. He's a COVID baby.
He's a COVID baby.
So he is. So
Yeah.
he does not like a lot of people. So we're still working
What do you Dutch Hounds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're still working out the logistics.
We were away yesterday up the north coast for a walk, and I mean, there is so many.
I know they're
Little
everywhere.
baby Hugo and Henry's.
They do like meetups and everything now.
Oh,
All over the
what?
place. Yeah, like they have like sausage dog meetups in loads of different parks and stuff like in Dublin, and I think they do one somewhere up the north as well.
Oh, you need to have
I
one
know.
here.
I know, because there actually is. There's loads. You see them in the town now in the evenings. Like there's
Really?
loads. Yeah, I don't know how they walk them because our dogs you couldn't walk them on the main street.
Yeah,
of the
these wee
town.
dogs were struggling, not more any more than Archie, because we thought he was going to go to the car on the beach.
She was going to keel over.
Oh, Lily was like, well, I'm like, don't, you'll embarrass him.
Oh. I was actually going to say that picture you put up on your Instagram. I say, he looked like he's lost a wee bit of weight.
I think he has.
Do you think?
Or
he
we
has?
Archie, God bless him. He's a pug and a half extra of a pug.
Aye.
He's just fine. Myself and Lily's like, they're not meant to be skinny.
No, they're not.
As long as
They're
he's
skinny,
healthy.
they're
And I
good
tell you,
ones.
that boy's never sick.
No. Well,
He's
that's
just
good.
probably a pug and a half bigger than he should be.
It's okay.
He is. And all you hear in the beach is just he's got that. And everybody's looking, oh, is your dog okay? He's fine. Yeah, he's fine.
They probably thought he was like choking on his lead or
He
something.
was. He wasn't
It's
even
just
on
him.
the lead. He's just trotting along like a wee.
Poor Archie.
But I know he's so ugly. He's beautiful.
Yeah, he is. He's beautiful.
He is beautiful.
And all the rolls and you left.
Oh.
Oh, he's so cute.
He is. He's like a croissant.
Yeah.
You know, he's like.
We do need to have a bring your pet to work day, I think.
I
We've talked about it.
do.
We've talked about it for so long.
Do you know, I was thinking about the logistics of this thing. So I wonder how that works. I'd love to do that. Some cute dogs.
There is, because we had
Love
National Pet
cute
Day there. There
dogs.
was
We
loads.
did.
There was loads.
God,
of
there's
them.
quite a lot of animals, isn't there?
Everybody in McElhinneys
And of
loves
course, like
animals.
a mother or a father, you think that there's nobody like your own.
No, I know.
Like, she's got a patch on my Hugo and Henry.
And I send the same pictures. I only have one really lovely picture of the two of them
They're like
together.
porcelain
I send the same
dolls.
picture every year. Because the two of them are so staged and posing at the one time. I was just by fluke I ever got that
They
picture
are
of
like
them.
porcelain dolls.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're digressing off the
We are,
wedding.
we did,
So
yeah.
what is the one thing, Michelle, you're looking most forward to?
Walking down the aisle.
Oh, Michelle.
That's the one thing I'm really looking forward to. And like the music and stuff that I've picked.
Have you?
Yeah.
Obviously nobody knows what it is.
Nobody knows. Lee doesn't even know what it is.
No, that's okay. That's all right.
The girls are laughing over here. They're like, he's literally going to just show up on the day.
Curly. I think Lee's going to be a baller, do you?
I
think he's so-
I always show him my TikToks. I'm like, you better cry. You better cry at the bottom of that aisle. And he's like, no.
Lee, we're going to be watching Lee now. Lee, is he crying? Is he going to be? I think he might shock you, you know.
No, I don't think so.
Jeepers, I don't know. Could you
He
imagine?
could surprise us all. He could surprise us all, but I don't think so.
It's a wild emotional thing, you know, just when you're standing there and the
Like,
music
I've never gone to a wedding that I haven't cried at.
I know.
People, like, the aisle always, the bride walking down the aisle always gets me.
It's very emotional.
I think that's why I'm looking forward to that part so much.
And soak it up. Walk slow, don't walk fast.
I know, and it's a lovely long aisle. That was like
it
one of the
is.
reasons.
Where are you getting married again?
It's at Mary's.
It's at Mary's. It's beautiful.
That's where I made like my communion and my confirmation and stuff, and like because we had toyed a lot with just having everything in the hotel, and I was like, no.
I think it depends. Everybody's different, aren't they? But if that's what you really want, and I think it's the acoustics and all and that.
Yes,
isn't it?
Yeah. So that's why the walking down there is my personal memory. Looking forward to.
Michelle. Well, can guarantee you, I'll be bawling. We'll be bawling. The McElhinneys team will be.
Just I think that moment with your daddy, I think, is probably very special. So.
Did I ever tell you about that time with Daddy and me the morning of my wedding?
You've told me bits and pieces of different things.
So you know when everybody leaves and it's just you and Daddy in the car, you're waiting for the car. And them days you didn't have to, you just the car came back for you. And me and Daddy were standing out in the hall, and Mummy had like lollies, you know, as you do, because for the photos and that. And my poor wee father was that nervous, he pushed me. He's all like stuff, right, and I stumbled onto the lollies, and I had lily pollen all down the front of my dress. And I didn't tell him. I didn't. Now I was very lucky because I had a big double pleat in my dress. I just flipped it under, and the wee critter, he didn't. He was so nervous.
Oh God, no.
And I remember that thing. It's one of them things that we just let it go. Let it go. You know, you just it's happened. It's done. Let it go.
Well, at the moment Lee has to book our transport, so currently
you could be going on a track.
I could be driving my car myself to chapel.
Like Massey Ferguson. Would you imagine? Oh, Michelle, you better make sure he doesn't, because I would say that's like something he could do.
Oh, I know. I would say he would do that in just pure badness. I would say he has something like that organised, that it'll just, a tractor will roll up. Like, he'll obviously something else organised, but just to absolutely freak me out.
Oh, do you know what, Michelle? I have a feeling. You might need to go back to that Excel sheet and get a double check.
I'm like, honestly, to organise it myself now at this stage, I would say.
Oh my God. So I say to the wedding and the I'll have an Oliver, because you have friends all over the world too. They're kind of having all them together. Your friends are very special to you, aren't they?
They are. I don't have a huge I have three very special groups of friends. I have like my home friends who I've been friends with since like my first day of school, and then I have my college friends who I've been friends with since basically my first week of college. My college friends, we don't see each other we don't spend a lot of time together. Just with, we're all over the place. Everyone has kids. It's just hard. So I'm really looking forward to like them all, because like Donegal, I think they came for my 21st. Someone came for my 30th, and that was probably only times they ever came to, because Donegal like is just so far out for everybody.
Please, when you drive to Donegal.
And I went to college in Waterford, so although a lot of them, they're all based around kind of Dublin now. Like Donegal's like so far away, so I always would have went to them. Do you know, of course, we always like when we meet up. We always go.
It's so funny because when we're away, or I don't go away buying that much, but they'd be like, did you come down yesterday? And you're like, no, we came down this morning. And they're like,
I know. You're like it's only 3 hours.
We would do Dublin back in the day. It's like so far away.
I know.
And little do they know what's waiting for them.
I know.
Magic.
I know. They're going to have a great weekend, I think. So.
You might have some of them.
And like I'm kind of the last in my 2 friend groups to get married.
That's right.
So they're all very much looking forward to that. I think.
That'll be lovely.
Yeah.
God, it's not be long coming round.
No, it really won't. It's literally like. I just hope the weather's nice now. The last
couple
of September. I know. You always say that, and then it probably gets hit, and you probably don't care on the day.
Yeah. And my wedding had rain from the minute we opened our eyes to the minute. And then everybody used to say to me, you know what, they say that happy weddings, your happiest days. And the other thing I'll say is my photos looked amazing because of the rain. There's a photo of us under an umbrella outside Billy's, and you can actually see the raindrops like coming off. It was very nice. So there's positives in it being bad too.
And you don't want it to be too warm either, like stuck in a dress and being absolutely roasted.
Yeah, because you lose them all outside.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, unless it's a marquee, but if you're losing them all outside, and you don't want that neither. I know it's a hard one it's the one thing.
It is. It's probably the one thing you always think about, but then when it actually gets there and it doesn't work out, you probably don't really care. It's more the thought of it.
You won't even notice once your guests arrive.
Yeah, aye.
Do you is it still that thing with wedding invitations? You send them 6 weeks before,
I think so.
or is that really
yeah.
gone now? Is
No,
it not
I
as
think like anybody that like I've been like I'm very very close and no one knows when the wedding is. But no, I actually looked it up. Yeah, and apparently June. I should be sending mine out in June.
So we are 6 months out.
We are.
And I'm going to get into the habit now of after at the end of every guest, I'm going to be like Stephen Bartlett. We still don't think we have to worry Stephen will be watching our podcast, but anyway. What question would you like to pass on to the next guest?
Well, if it's one of the buyers, what is your favourite pick for autumn winter 2026?
Because they're out buying now.
They're buying at the minute,
for autumn winter, yeah. So we've got the big dates, the wedding dates. We have all the crazy work stuff, and we'll keep it interesting.
Yes.
The crack flowing. Some well-known people on here, some maybe not well. Maybe some guests.
Maybe some
external guests.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think so. We'll just keep it interesting. We'll not overplan. I think that way it'll be more interesting for the listeners. So thank you so much for
so welcome.
First one.
This is like my worst nightmare, but it was actually lovely.
It's lovely having the chats. I think that's the thing. We're just having the chats, aren't we?
Yeah.
So thank you to everybody who's tuned into our first podcast. It was lovely for me to talk to two people who I consider my friends and really pivotal people within and behind the brand as well. And that's what this is about. So stay with us. Stay tuned where we're going to bring lots of exciting, ad hoc, crazy fun. And you really are going to get to know what's going on behind that those doors at the front and behind everything that you see in social media. We promise we will bring it as raw and as fun and as honest as we possibly can. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. We really do appreciate it. And we'll be with you soon. Until the next time. Thank you.